I'm Bailey Bates. Here are your headlines from Central Texas. State judges denied a request from more than 170 landowners to delay the massive transmission line project stretching across Central Texas. 6 News reporter Juliana Jackson spoke with landowners who say the biggest issue isn't just the legal battle, it's what could end up in their backyards.
The legal fight over the Big Hill transmission line continues. A state judge has denied a motion filed by John Burrow and more than 170 other landowners, seeking to delay the case over concerns about notice to property owners.
Not just in Bell County and these counties where these lines are running, but to all ratepayers in the state of Texas.
Burrow is one of hundreds of landowners preparing to testify.
And then it's going to come between our house over here and that house, so it'll be all of these structures are within 500 feet.
Eric Goldbrayson says his family only learned months ago their property was along the preferred route.
Our 4 kids here that we homeschool, my wife and the kids are here most of the day. These lines would probably be about 300 feet from our home.
But residents say it's not just homes they're worried about.
A building versus a residential building versus a church or a school. And they're all weighted as one. Florence Elementary School, it's a new school that's open now. It holds about 580, I think, children plus another 50 or 60 in staff. And Encore looks at this as one inhabitable structure.
The project would create a 765 kilovolt transmission line connecting the Big Hill substation in West Texas to the Bell County East Switch near Temple. Encore tells 6 News the project is necessary to improve grid reliability, support Texas's rapid growth, and ensure electricity can be delivered to communities across the state. But for landowners, the focus remains close to home.
Have our home and our business here. If these lines come through, we don't really know what we'll do.
Juliana Jackson, 6 News.
Meantime, 3 days of testimony, 2 days of sentencing, guilty on 3 counts of sexual assault and life in prison. Our Sydney Walker gives us a recap of the trial of former Waco priest Anthony Odiong.
It's a type of case not usually brought to trial.
We worked really closely with Waco Police Department detectives. We traveled to meet with witnesses in several states.
One, the prosecution said, required years of preparation to try. Even the defense said the amount of evidence was unprecedented.
These kind of cases are very, very difficult because I see a lot of legal things that I'm like, I'm not so sure that went the way it should have gone.
It began with a national news article, which inspired a woman, Mary Doe, to report her story to Waco PD.
We had to have at least 5 or more in order to bypass the statute of limitations.
Digging led Detective Bradley DeLange to nearly 1 million of Anthony Odiong's personal emails and his victims out of state.
I had found incriminating type emails and I would just cold call and reach out.
The trial began with 3 total victims and 3 charges. When one victim didn't show up to testify, the charges dropped to 2.
She had a pretty bad emotional breakdown. We just were not willing to arrest a sexual assault victim under those circumstances.
The state called several witnesses, Mary Doe and 2 of her children, Jane Doe, and a victim from Louisiana.
His actions ranged from kissing someone during a confession all the way to a sexual relationship that lasted for years.
And a priest, an expert in canonical law.
When a Catholic priest tells a parishioner that something is acceptable, that has a meaning that it doesn't carry if another person who's not a priest says that same thing.
He explained canonical court proceedings often don't occur until after criminal court concludes. That means as of now, the Austin Diocese has ordered Odiong to no longer perform duties as a priest, but he does still hold the title. But to the jury, it was clear Odiong was a threat to the community.
Testimonies from the victims, they had a bunch of pieces that were similar to the other victims. Clearly, it made it easy for us to decide that it wasn't a lie, it was a guilt.
And that was Sydney Walker reporting. Those are your headlines from Central Texas.